on the road driving for my emergency evacuation test. I'll be gone for 72 hours. I just got the text that a rabid monkey has escaped from a testing facility and is biting people's faces. Thanks, Aaron, for that very specific scenario. There's a turkey out there on the road. One just went by before I could film it. Now, turkeys are edible. Of course, it's not turkey season, but if this was an actual emergency, I still wouldn't be able to catch a turkey. Okay, I'm just gonna drive for a while. I'm here at the parking lot. I think we'll stop by and fill up the water bottle at a stream and get to hiking. I kind of wish I'd fixed breakfast sooner. I'm going through my stuff. I didn't bring a watch. That's okay. I also forgot a belt. I found a bungee cord in the truck that's about the right length. It's a little snug, but I may go hungry, so one of the more cumbersome items that I have that's not strictly necessary is the tripod. I have to be very careful when I forage out here. If I make a mistake out here and I'm too sick to go get other food or to hike back out, then I could be in serious trouble. Water, check. Here's my turnoff. Good, I found the trail. Sure are a lot of spiders out today. My goodness, every stinking 4 steps is another spider web. Spiders must truly be the apex predator of this area. This is not a walking stick anymore. This is a spider web knocking away stick. My first piece of trailside food, my first survival camping food. Now, I may be crazy, but these look like blueberries. No, here's an actual blue one. And there, I think these are wild blueberries. I really don't want to poison myself if I'm wrong. Yes, these are food. Now this is exciting. All this acidic soil is really good for the blueberries. I don't have very many yet, and they're real small, but that's okay. I mean, there's tons more plants out here, and tons more plants out here. And now that I know what I'm looking at, hopefully they'll continue along the path. This would be a serious survival camping win. Here's your quick guide to the wild blueberries. Low to tall shrubs. Common. Leaves are elliptical, short-stalked. Here's a blueberry. The leaves are toothless or minutely toothed. Twigs slender, greenish, or red, reddish. Often zigzag. The flowers are bell-like, whitish, pinkish, or greenish, and the berries have five calyx lobes forming a star pattern, just like on the underside of a blueberry, that you buy at a store. They're found in wet or dry, acid soils, which describes this part of Arkansas very well, in bogs, barrens, tundra, woods, and thickets. Flowers April to June, fruits June through September. There's a buckthorn that's poisonous, look-alike. Oh, well, here's the easy way to tell them apart. The berries lack that prominent calyx that the blueberries have. So, the blueberries, I think I saw another one over here. Yeah, okay. Let me see if I can turn this reading. Oh, it's not ever going to focus on that. Okay, well, hopefully you know what I'm talking about, how blueberries have that little like ring. It's like if you turn them upside down, it's like a little crown on top of their head with 5 little points. Those other berries don't have it. So these are the blueberries. These are not as sweet as the commercially grown blueberries, but they're still real good. Alright, I hate to move on with so many blueberries still out here, but I don't want to spend too much time here. And looking up all this about dealing with animals, I never considered having to deal with so many spiders on my face. I keep coming across muscadine patches like this. If it was a little later in the year, I don't think I would want for muscadines, that's for sure. This is really about a best case scenario survival trip. I left early in the morning, so I have plenty of time to get where I'm going and build a shelter, make fire, find food, all that. This is, still early in the summer. Here in a temperate region, plenty of things growing, plenty of things to eat, as long as I know what they are. They're out here. It can get a little warm, but it's not going to be dangerously so. Besides, I'm going to be by a water source, so I can cool off. What was that? I take it back. The worst thing out here is those dadgum face spiders. And all this hiking is really clearing my sinuses too. Still have face spiders. Somebody just shot something. Again and again, probably target shooting, I guess. Well, if I need Smilax, here's a big old thicket. I did pack up some with me, for later. Huh. By the time I get out of here, I'm going to look like the mummy. I'll be wrapped in so many webs. Some spiders are edible, but I didn't plan on eating them this way. If the poison ivy is this thick all over, I may have trouble making a shelter. At least a non-itchy one. Last time I was out here, we passed, a handful of people. But I'm clearly not following anyone, or else the spider webs wouldn't be there. It appears I really am alone out here. Here, so if I walk away from the camera, I have to come back and get it. Ooh, this spot had cell service for just a minute, and I managed to send a text out to my wife. Now it has it again. Okay, so this area tenuously has cell service. It would definitely appear to be horsefly season as well. Wow. This doesn't look ominous at all. That was a weird noise. It was like a ooh. It's pretty far away, whatever it was. Maybe I'll find a Bigfoot. There we go. Back on track. I can tell because of the spider. I should really put a camera mount on top of my walking stick. It would be like a tripod. Well, a unipod. Seriously, big red spider right on my nose. Right on my nose. What is that? Is that a leg? What is that? Yeah. Big red spider right on my eyeball. Right on my eyeball. You know, this would be the coolest, most awesome hike if it just were not for these spider webs. So, next time, flamethrower. That should do it. Walking at the camera. That means I've already walked this way to set the camera up, then I walked back there, then I walked at the camera to record it. That's also why I didn't walk through any spiders, because I've been through here 3 times now, so I've cleared them all out. Well, thought I'd take a little break. Going's been kind of slow with all the spider webs, and of course I'm carrying that pack, and I've hiked with it, but I've been going uphill too, so it's good to rest. Uh-oh, more of this. Wow, this is a bit more grown up than I expected. It's like going through a jungle. Huh. I had been planning on kind of playing a game where I treated humans along the trail like zombies. I don't mean like I went up and smacked them with a stick. I mean, if I saw them before they saw me, then I don't know, get a point or something. And if they, you know, get real close before I see them, then that would, I don't know, lose a point. I didn't really have it all thought out, but I thought it might be kind of fun just to keep my situational awareness up, because it's surprising how people can sneak up on you on the trail. But I don't think anybody's going to be down here. I don't think anybody's ahead of me because of the spiders. And if anybody was behind me, well, I think they would have caught up. I've stopped so much to film and to get spider webs off of my face. Yeah. Oh, that's a view. And I haven't found that turn yet, so if I want to get down to the water, as long as I haven't passed it without knowing it, I'm a little worried at one of those places where the trees fell over. Maybe that was where the alternate route was and it's just blocked where I couldn't see it. But assuming I'm on the right path, I want to get going so I can get down there and have a meal that's something like lunch. I'll still have to start a fire, catch a fish, cook the fish, well, clean the fish, cook the fish, and then deal with trying to make a shelter, and then hopefully supper. So it might be a while before I really get to eat. Good thing I took those blueberries with me. I keep asking myself if any of this is familiar, but I mean, it's been 2 years. I hear water. That's a really good sign. Deer tracks. There's no way I'm catching that with a survival fishing kit. There are so many spiders up and down my walking stick. It's a little bit scary. Maybe I could use it as a weapon. If I found a deer, maybe I could whack it, poison it with all the spiders on the end of it. Sunlight. Here it is. Here it is, real big and obvious. Okay, good. And I haven't been going the wrong direction. Okay, that was the biggest spider web ever. They're just gonna have to rename this the Mirkwood Trail. Yeah. I'm expecting to see Aragog. Is that the Harry Potter spider? Or the Lord of the Rings spider? This is Harry Potter. Travel is much easier now that we're on the downhill section. Oh yeah, I can keep up a good speed now that I'm not climbing up a hill the whole time. There were 3 squirrels just messing around right there. They ran at me. Oh, now I started talking and they're running away. There's another one. Let's see if I can zoom in. If I was a squirrel hunter, this would be the time. Pow. That squirrel was 6 feet away from me. There must be like a dozen of them out here. Maybe I'm not alone out here, but where's the person that belongs to all this? We're on zombie high alert. Maybe they're off somewhere pooping. Oh, there's still spider webs. I called out if anybody was there, you know. But, I mean, if they were going to the bathroom, they may not have answered. But if they'd been ahead of me, they would have broken the spider webs. And if they'd have been coming up from the other direction, back towards me, then there should be no spider webs here. So that's weird. I'm gonna go back and investigate a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna look in their stuff. I don't want to pry, but I want to just look around again and make sure, like bear tracks or, you know, bloody handprints on a tree or something crazy. Maybe those squirrels ate them. Okay, 2 water bottles, flip-flops, hats and towels, some maybe a swimwear thing. I don't know, say it's been here a little bit. There's leaves laying on it. There's no signs of trouble that I can distinguish. Maybe 2 people were hiking and one twisted their ankle and had to get help getting out. I really wish I still had a cell signal. Boy, wouldn't that change the tone of this trip dramatically. Go out on a fun survival weekend, test my skills, and end up finding some dead body chewed on by a bear. Or an actual zombie. That would be ironic. These could make an emergency shelter, I guess. I really should have set the camera way up there. Got a shot of me walking down. I would have had to go back and guide it though. I don't think I'll go poking around in there. Just, you know, in case. Sassafras and more blueberries. I'm really glad to see those. Hadn't seen them in a while. I was worried we wouldn't have any more. I think I may just stop and check them over for a few bears. Ha ha ha, now I can see and hear the water. Oh, good. And no zombies so far, so that's good. Oh, there is a spider though right by my face. Now that was a big animal. I'm gonna say deer likely. Or Bigfoot, you know, could have been Bigfoot. Well, I made it. First thing, let's refill water. I hope there's deep enough spaces for decent sized fish. Give me a day, I might eat a turtle. I'm here. Kind of tired. I filled my water back up, so I'm not thirsty. I'm about to have a fine little snacky lunch with some wild blueberries. Then I think I'll see about fire and hopefully fish. But before long, I need to pick out a spot for shelter. This is a nice spot down here, but it's awful close to the water. It could rain, water could rise, catch me off guard. So I'm going to have to go up a little higher. Chick will be finding a spot without poison ivy. No cell service. Oh, good, and have a look. There are more blueberry plants over here. I don't know if they have any berries yet. But that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Surely I can find a berry or two. Had to doctor up an ugly spot on my toe. Okay, let's start this. I'm going to try to use this. So, lighter it is. I hear people. I see people. By the way, that counts as a point for me for spotting zombies. The sun is going to set here sooner than it would at home because of that high hill. And I haven't started on a shelter yet. I've been trying to get supper. I'm cooking a crawdad. One crawdad. There were several more. I just couldn't quite get them. In that stream, I just couldn't quite get the bait where they were. But tomorrow is going to be all about food once I get this shelter. I've never cooked a crawdad before. So, we'll see. I think I might leave those blueberries for tomorrow. Well, I better eat them. They may go bad in that bag. I have no idea how long to cook this guy. The water's boiling. Oh, the amount of energy it has taken to boil this one crawdad. But tomorrow is all food gathering. Today is the biggest challenge, I think. The shelter's still eating away at me. I haven't made it. And it's not late. Just that sun keeps getting closer to the hill. And I don't see a real good spot. Or I see lots of good spots, but they're all covered in poison ivy. I guess we'll take him off. Imagine not having a water filter and having to boil the water. That's all you'd be doing all the time. Okay, come on. Don't mind if we spill a little of this water. We just put out most of the fire. Aside from that, he looks cooked. We still got some fire though. I say we. It feels better talking to the camera. Loneliness is a lot bigger of a challenge than I thought it would be. That's very encouraging. I've never actually eaten a crawdad before though. I've started to a couple of times and then I just kind of chicken out. I think I may have eaten a tiny piece. I may have more motivation now. I know you're only supposed to eat the tail, but I gotta make all this count. I worked real hard to get any meat out of the claws. At first I couldn't taste anything, and then I was like, yeah, that does have a taste I'm not really that fond of. I've got the tail meat out now. I'm not fond of the crawfish poop in it. The digestive whatever pieces. How far down does that poop go? Okay, there we go. Clean it off as best I can, I guess. I mean, people just break it off and eat it. Hope I cooked it long enough. Not that bad. It's some texture stuff getting me. Here. Poop tube. Gone. Doesn't taste like a shrimp or a lobster. Don't feel full either. Now I gotta get serious about that shelter. I've looked at how to make shelters with pine branches and with deadfall with leaves on it. And there's plenty of leaves, but it's all mixed in with the poison ivy. And same with the dead branches. And then the pine boughs. There's not much pine in here. Well, I brought cordage, and I don't have a tarp, but I have some plastic trash bags and tape. I know you're jealous. That sun is about to crest over that hill, and I need quite a bit more firewood. I also don't like that I'm this close to the water. I don't feel like it's the smart move. I don't know what else I can do unless I make a bed in some poison ivy. You know what sounds good right now? Being at home with my family, watching a show on the TV with everybody. We'd probably be doing that, eating supper, maybe playing a game. Supper. Air conditioning. I'm gonna be surprised if I don't have poison ivy. Maybe everywhere. This camera is a lot more of a survival tool than I thought. It gives me somebody to talk to. That sounds kind of sad. I was just checking myself for ticks, but that part will not be on the camera. And amazingly, I don't seem to have any. I'm going to sleep in my shoes tonight, just in case I have to get up in a hurry. Tomorrow, see if I can go barefoot, let my feet dry out, change into the shirt and shorts I have packed up in my pack. Maybe even try to wash these in the water and hang them up to dry if the weather looks like it would dry them out. And by wash, I just mean get wet and swish around in the water because I have no soap. Ugh, there was a thing on my foot. Ew, a nasty looking thing on my foot. What's it trying to do? Lay eggs on me? You're never gonna be able to see it in here. There it is, skittering across the ground. Its tail wiggles up and looks like a pincher. I'm gonna call it Devil Bug. I'm seriously thinking about just packing up and going home. I'll be hiking in the dark. And part of me says, just wait till the morning, you'll feel better. I really wish there was somebody here. I'm at a junkie shelter, and I'm right by the water. I'm not in a good place. If I was here with somebody else, it would be a lot better. I still wouldn't like being by the water. I'd be home by midnight, surely, even going through the dark. Okay, well, let's pack up and go home. Okay, let's tally up successes and failures. Failure, of course, I didn't stay the entire 72 hours. I didn't actually spend the first night. Failure, that shelter was terrible, and the floor part was going to be terrible because after I picked those and looked at them later, all the little leaves had folded up. So any cushioning that I would have had, or insulation from the ground, is gone. By not staying the 72 hours, I didn't get to see if I could produce enough food for myself. I'm going to tell you though, it would be pretty hard to get enough calories. Maybe if I had spent all day catching crawfish, maybe, or had bigger fish. I had a fish on the line for like 2 seconds, but it was small. Let's talk about successes. I got to test out the Sawyer Mini water filter, and that worked really well, so I'm pleased with that. I did get to see that I could get out of the house under the 5-minute mark. It took me 4 minutes, so that was good. I tested that. I got to test a lot of my gear. My most success was the education of what was easy, what was hard, what things did I not realize that I could do, like finding the blueberries, and what things did I not realize that I couldn't do, like putting up a shelter like I had imagined and envisioned. I learned that for me, so far, the biggest challenge for this survival was psychological, and that totally surprised me. I figured I would get lonely or bored, but I kind of imagined the things that I was doing, not the sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting for it to get dark so I can wait to fall asleep, so I can wait until it's morning, and having no one to talk to. That was terrible. And here I thought I was an introvert. Really, I am, but I still like people, just in small doses. One person now here, 2 people, that would have been great. So next time, I want to bring a person with me. I do want to do this again, but I'm going to have a person with me, because if there's not some real emergency to keep me from leaving these woods, I'm going to leave these woods. I learned how amazing a tent is. Maybe I should just plan to get some little micro tent to put in my backpack, because amazing. I learned it's hard to find a campground because of poison ivy. So I failed to find a good place because I really am too close to the water. I'm a little concerned about water snakes. I'm concerned about if it rains upstream anywhere and the water rising, and then I would have to leave in the dark really quickly, and I don't feel like that's safe. The adventurous part of me, the part of me that said I'm going to stay out here 72 hours, that part of me wants to stay and make it through. I guess that's sort of a pride thing. I learned better to appreciate the things at home, the comforts, air conditioning, the family, the ice cream, the easy to get and abundant food, and how easy it is to just turn on a faucet and get water, not have to filter it, or oh my goodness, could you imagine boiling it? To microwave food and not have to sit and feed sticks onto a fire and boil it. Okay, I need to wrap this up. If I'm going to get out of here at all, I want to get moving as much as I can during the daylight. So I'm probably not going to stop to film much in the dark, probably actually not anything, because you can't see it in the dark anyway. I've got my flashlight, I've got spare batteries in the backpack. Let's finish packing up and let's get out of here, because darkness is about to fall. Ooh, it'll get dark pretty quick. I'll try to make it my goal to get back to the truck by midnight. That should give me plenty of time. Of course, dark, and the spiders will probably have new webs. Yeah, this is the trail. Ooh, uphill. And after not eating anything but a few blueberries, smilax, and a crawfish. Okay, body, come on. You've got enough fat reserves to do this. They say mountain lions hunt more at dusk. So, yay! And, oh hey, by the way, spiders had enough time to make new webs. So, there's that. A lot of uphill. Very uphill. Hey, I hiked back up to the sun. Just barely. Good for me. That'll buy me a little more daylight time. Oh, there it is. Sun. It's still here, but now there's more stuff out. One of those other backpackers stopped to check for an ID, but not put the stuff back in. Weird. Seriously. I must be like a mile and a half in, coming back up. It's still poison ivy everywhere. Okay, I'm back at this sign now. It'd just be 3-4 miles. I'm getting nauseous from pushing myself so hard to get back, trying to make time. Oh, really not having a fun time trying to hike all this distance in these, for the most part, unfamiliar woods by myself. I'm so tired. When I get home, I want to eat everything. No crawfish. It seems the spiders get bigger at night. I'm so nauseous. I just took a break just a minute ago. I can get water. But I think I really just need to stop and also to eat something. Well, I just threw up quite a bit. Oh, I feel sort of better. I may have to lay down on the trail. This is what I need right here. Electrolyte mix. I'll put it in my water. It doesn't taste very good, but it should help. Oh, well, here I am. I've got myself in kind of a bad shape, haven't I? I'm just gonna lay down on the trail here a little bit. Try to rest. Maybe let that stuff go through. Lay on my equipment. Oh, laying down feels 100% better. Oh, man. Oh, do I feel lousy. Alright. It feels so good to lay down. I'm not even really sleepy, just to stop moving. But there's ants here, and I've got to get home. This is an excellent educational experience on exerting yourself much beyond what you're used to, and without any nutrition. Flashlight batteries getting weaker. I'm just barely moving. What have I done to myself? What terrible judgment. I think I'm solidly on the downhill section now. So much for the electrolyte water. I threw it up. Oh, I think I threw up more than that. I don't know what I had left though. Okay, so I guess no more drinking for me. I lost the trail there for a minute. That was kind of scary, but I'm back on it now. Should be a trail. Hope it's the trail. Looks like the trail. You know, this seemed like a much better idea when I was back down at the camp. Oh, I won't be doing much tomorrow though, I can tell you that. Eating, that's what I'll be doing. My mouth is dry. I've got some painful blisters developing on my feet too, and toes. No. I did get turned around. I've been going the wrong way for I don't know how long. Oh, I don't know. I should scream, cry, lay down on the ground, and give up. I took another sip of my electrolyte water. I had to. Okay, I found the spot where I was messed up last time. And now I'm going the right direction. I've checked my compass and should be something like, I don't know, maybe a mile left. It says 106. The trail starts at 105. Does that mean there's one more mile? This is it. I'm on the road. Oh, the gravel road. Just about tipping over with exhaustion. My dad often told me growing up that nothing good happens after midnight. And you know what? I think he's right. Oh, you can't see it, but I'm on the road. And I'm stepping onto that bridge. Oh, it's glorious. There's the full moon. Oh, wonderful, beautiful truck. How I missed you. Let's go home.